Welcome back. In this video we will quickly recap what we did in the previous video, and then we will continue from where we left out. Okay, so we are implementing gorm library from the open source. So we imported the gorm library and mysql drivers. We created the structure of a user type, has 4 fields: id, first name, last name, and email. And then inside the main function we created the database connection using gorm. We are checking the error. If there is no error, then we are performing the db.automigrate to create a table inside the mysql db. And then we created the user using the user object, and the method we used was db.create. Then we did the db.update. So while performing the update, we have to pass id of the object which you are trying to update, or the record primary key object, and then we performed the delete operation, so db.delete. So this is what we have done so far. So let's go and see our database. Right now I have already deleted the users table. Let's go ahead and create the users table first. Okay, let's see the table is being created or not. Okay, table is been created. Let's see the properties. id is auto increment and it's primary key. Okay, so let's go, and so our database connection is working as expected. So before we move ahead, let's go ahead and create the let's move the database connection section out of the main function. So let's go ahead and create a directory. I'm just mentioning it as an init. So let's go ahead and create the let's create the func connect database, and let's move the db connection section. Okay, so let's create the so we have created the global variable db of a gorm type, and let's create the variable error of error type, and we will replace this here. Okay, so we have to remove the such mysql thing from here. Okay, so it should have been a pointer type of variable. So we have created so far. Let's go ahead and call this init into the main. So we will add here func init. So we have connected the database. So here we should be using the db. Okay, let's see what. Okay, it is undefined because it is a defined inside init.db. Okay, let's go ahead and delete our previously created table just to ensure that our database connection is working. So let me refresh. Okay, nothing. So let's go and rerun our database, rerun our main.go, and then let's see, table should be created here. Okay, so we have the user table created here, and we have moved the database connection out of your main function as well. So init is a special function which is, as its name says, init is used to initialize or execute before the main function, or you can say it is a hook that is executed, hook method that is executed before the main. So we have created that. So let's go ahead and create one user, or we have already seen that. Okay, so let's go ahead and create first. So we have to make sure we replace this. Okay, so we have executed method. Let's see the record is created or not. Okay, so record is created. Okay, so let's comment it out for now. Okay, so up till now we have created one user. So let's go ahead and see how we can create more than one user in a one go, or you can say bulk insert operation. So let's use this. User is a variable of slice of users. Let me create a dummy record real quick. So we have created some dummy records here, which is a slice of users. So there are two ways you can go ahead and do this insert operation. One is you go ahead and you do the for each on each object. Otherwise you can perform the insert operation. Okay, so let me go ahead and remove the previously created record. Rather, I will drop the complete table. So we are creating that table and inserting the user operation using we are inserting the users record using create. Okay, so let's go ahead and execute our. Okay, let's go to the database. Table is created and all the records are being created. Okay, so there are multiple ways. So this is one of the way you can create multiple records or records using the user object. Apart from this, there are few more ways to load the record in the form of chunks. You can also load those record. So I guess it is there is one more way you can create in a chunk. So init d.db. create batch size. So create batch size or create in batches is the method wherein you can pass the object, and you can create the records in batch of, let's say, 100. So you can pass here users a user variable, and let's say you have more than one record to be created, or let's say you have more than 500 records, so you want to create in a chunk, so you can do the batch execution here. Okay, so we have seen the create record so far, how to create the record in a bulk record. So we have done the refactor, we have created the multiple users. Okay, so now we will fetch the first record from the database. So what we can do is like init d.db. First is the method we use to get the record, that is the first record from the database. Okay, so and we will assign that value into the users variable. So we have to make sure that user is been created. And then we will okay, so we got the first record from the database, that is John Doe. Let's confirm, yeah, and we have Sam Adam is the last username, last record in the table. So let's use the same format, init d.db.last and end of user. So we will just suppress this for now. So the next record should be Sam, yeah, so record ID is 3 and Sam Adam is the user. So we got first and last record from the table, so we know how to fetch those. So let's see if I have to add the custom method for where clause. So instead of last we can say where, and I want to use last underscore name is the field, and the value I want to use is Rajput. So and I'm going to assign this let me see first, the last underscore name is the field name, yeah. So last underscore field name is the field name, and we will assign here. So we will assign here or map the record as a first value and of user. Okay, so we got this. So our record should be Sunil Rajput, yeah. So we have seen so far how to fetch first record, the last record from the table, first record from the table, and then we are using the custom where clause to pull the information, or you can use the custom SQL statement to pull the record from the users table. So let's see on how to implement that. Okay, so let's see how to pull the records from using the custom or plain SQL statement. Let's see how to implement the custom SQL statement. init t dot tp dot raw is the way of pulling the information, and then we say scan and of user. Okay, so we have to write our custom SQL statement here, and we are passing, let's say I want to pull the info record number 2. I'm passing that ID here, and I'm saying select ID first underscore name and email from users where ID equal to question mark. Okay, I think I did the mistake here. Okay, and let's print the users record. So record number 2 is Sunil. Okay, so we are getting the result out of it. So now let's see what is a gorm dot model. So gorm model is instead of ID I can use here gorm dot model. So what does it do? Instead of ID we will use this and see. So it has the set of fields which is ID, created at, updated and deleted at. So ID is your primary key. It is okay. This is how we define the constraint inside the database for the primary key. So you can use gorm dash colon and then the constraint you want to define, primary key, foreign key, or you can say many to many relation. So you can define that relation here. Okay, as a constraint inside the tags, database tags. So here it says like I want to create an index. So deleted at is nothing but your soft delete method. Okay, so if I go and have this as it is, I just want to, let's say I want to enable this. Let me enable just the let's create the first record and delete the database table. So we have deleted the users table. Okay, so we have added the gorm.model as a attribute to the structure. So let's see what happens after adding the okay, so you can see the difference here in terms of properties. ID as it is there, created, updated, deleted, and then first name, last name and email. So these are the extra field we have seen into the structure. So it has added the data for those. So this is how we use the gorm model, and we have seen how to add the constraint in terms of adding the primary key or foreign key, or you can refer even this documentation if you go to the gorm and then declare models, and at the bottom of the page you will see all the constraints or the tags we can use. So like primary key, unique constraint, default, scale, not null, auto increment. So you can define these constraints, and the one here we can even restrict some of the read write permissions on the fields, at a declaration level. And then you can have the additional section which is for the association tags. I was talking about one like a foreign key, many to many. So those are here: foreign key, reference, many to many, join the foreign key, and constraint, joint references. So these are the additional associations. Okay, so we'll see into some other video for that one. So let's get back to our to-do list. So we have seen foreign key, constraint, and many to many. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's implement the let's implement the example for foreign key. So I have added a note here on the foreign key. Let's create the structure address. So let's say user has more than one address. So in that case, what we can do, so we'll create a type address structure, and let's say we will say gorm dot model. Then we'll say address of a string type, and then we will define here address field of a address type. And then we will define the tag here. Foreign key, and the field we are going to map with is a user ID. Okay. Oh, I forgot to add gorm. Then double gorm. Okay. So we have defined the foreign key constraint here. So let's go and drop our DB table users and see here we have to add and up. So we will migrate the address table as well. We have to define the user ID of an integer type. Forgot about that. Okay, so we have created the address table, gorm ID, user ID, and then address, and that address has been linked here. Okay, let's go ahead and run the program. Let's see the database. Okay, so we have address table created. Address has ID, these fields, user ID and address, and we have user table. So let's see the user diagram here, relation diagram. So we see that this has been mapped. So user ID is been mapped to the user ID field of the user table. Okay, so we have seen how to create the foreign key inside the user table. And yeah, we can define the books as well. Let's add the let's go to the okay, I already have the code written for that. Let's add the books as a many to many, so user can have more than one book type. So let's type book of a structure type, and then gorm dot model. We have a user ID of an integer type, or we can just say book has title string. Instead of adding all the fields, we can just keep the ID integer, simple. Let's keep it simple. And we have defined many to many and user underscore book, so it should create our reference table as well. Let's create the books as well here. So let's create the books table as well, so it should create the automatically users underscore book table as well. Okay, let's go and run the program. Okay, so we have users table here, which has user underscore book reference created one to many. Then we have user underscore book table, which is connected to the book and user. We have a book table which is connected to the user book, user underscore book reference, so ID is connected to the book ID, and it has a foreign key connected. And we have an address which is connected to the user ID. So we have seen how to create one-to-one. So we have seen so far how to create one-to-one, one-to-many relations using gorm. So tags is the most useful attribute that can be. Tag is most useful thing, and once you know how to use it, it makes the life easy for a developer. So let's connect again into the, we have seen all of pretty much all the things here up to the many to many. So in next video we will see gorm, and then we will start using gin library, which is again a very good middleware provided. Okay, so we'll connect again in the next video for the gin. Thank you. If you like my video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.